Researchers at Stanford and the University of Naples studying how bubbles form and eventually burst use high-speed cameras and analytical modeling to reveal a new popping process. The oil industry, pharmaceutical companies, and bioreactor manufacturers all face one common enemy: bubbles. Bubbles can form during the manufacturing or transport of various liquids, and their formation and rupture can cause significant issues in product quality. Inspired by these issues and the puzzling physics behind bubbles, an international scientific collaboration was born. Researchers from Stanford University and the University of Naples teamed up to study how different kinds of bubbles pop. The researchers were particularly interested in bubbles with proteins embedded on their surfaces, which is a common occurrence in the pharmaceutical industry and in bioreactors used for cell culture. In an unanticipated result, the researchers discovered that the protein bubbles they were studying opened up like flowers when pumped with a needle. Their findings are detailed in a study published in the Journal of the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. Bubbles can pop in a variety of ways depending on their physical and chemical properties. One important property is called viscoelasticity. Most materials that surround us are actually not perfectly liquid like water or olive oil. They are not perfectly elastic either, like a pencil eraser. They are somewhere in between. This in-between state is called viscoelasticity, and the researchers found that unlike conventional soap bubbles, viscoelastic bubbles that have both liquid and solid-like properties deform and pop in shapes that mimic a blooming flower. With our eyes, it is not possible to see how the hole opens up when a bubble pops. So the researchers used high-speed cameras operating at 20,000 frames per second, over 300 times faster than a human eye, to capture and study the phenomenon. In their lab, the researchers soaked a metal ring in a solution of proteins with viscoelastic properties. They then carefully inflated bubbles on this ring using a highly controlled flow of air. Once the bubbles were large enough, they made contact with a suspended needle and popped. As the video shows, when the bubbles reach the needle, the surface peels away like petals. The peeling happens because the viscoelastic properties at the surface allow the solution to have more solid-like characteristics than common soap bubbles. Once the flowering phenomenon had been sufficiently observed, the researchers began to develop analytical models of the popping. Using current knowledge of bubble dynamics and mathematical models, the team presented a set of promising computational reproductions of the bubble flowering in their paper. By studying bubble formation and bursting, the team hopes to eventually learn how to reduce bubble generation and popping in real-world applications. They predict that their findings will have applications in fields from medicine and vaccine production to oil transportation.